Today, we want to discuss the complex dynamics between Prince Harry, Prince William, and the rest of the royal family. Over the years, Prince William has shown remarkable acts of kindness and compassion towards his younger brother, Harry. However, it is unfortunate that Harry and Meghan have responded with insults and attacks, straining their relationship. Surprisingly, recent reports suggest that Harry may be considering a return to the UK after divorcing Meghan. This possibility raises questions about his future and the challenges he may face. While William has been a strong support system for Harry, it seems unlikely that Harry would be content with a low-profile life in the UK, especially while his brother assumes the role of king. The days of their joint public appearances on the Buckingham Palace balcony are long gone. Harry may have to accept that his dreams of a different path within the working royals are unlikely to materialize. It is important to acknowledge that the decision regarding Harry's future rests with his father, Prince Charles. While William may have preferred Harry to be exiled, Charles, burdened by guilt, holds on to the hope that Harry will return as a prodigal son. However, it's doubtful that such a reconciliation will occur. Charles' emotional tendencies and aversion to conflict prevent him from addressing Harry's behavior and holding him accountable as a responsible father should. In contrast, William has always been more direct and confrontational when it comes to dealing with Harry. He believes in transparency and addressing issues head-on, unlike his father and the late Queen. However, until Charles steps out of his current fantasy, William's hands are tied, and he must patiently wait for his turn to take on the role of king. The stress of the situation is apparent on Charles, and there are concerns about his emotional resilience. It is uncertain if he can endure the same longevity as his mother. Harry's past actions caused the late Queen considerable grief, and the strain he has put on Charles might have similar consequences. In the event that Charles passes away earlier than expected, William is likely to take over the majority of the duties and decision-making, allowing him to assert his position. Charles' approach of ignoring Harry and Meghan and subtly excluding them from future royal events seems reasonable. The coronation has concluded, and Charles can focus on the daily affairs without worrying about their presence. Charles' willingness to let Harry and Meghan fade into the background indicates that he is not swayed by their victim narrative. He has also made practical decisions, such as not renewing the lease on Frogmore Cottage, showing that their presence in the UK is no longer a priority. Once William assumes the throne, his approach to Harry and Meghan is likely to be firm and decisive. He will not engage in their dramatic episodes or allow himself to be manipulated. Meghan's titles will be revoked, and any attempts at communication will be rebuffed. While historically, extreme measures like imprisonment in the Tower would not be feasible, William may find a suitable residence for Harry in the UK, perhaps Nottingham Cottage. If the speculation surrounding the existence of Harry's children were to be true, William would likely seek a DNA test to confirm their lineage. If it were discovered that the children were born via surrogacy, their removal from the line of succession would be probable. The financial privileges Harry and Meghan once enjoyed would be curtailed, and Harry might be required to work and live within a strict budget. Long-term therapy and counseling would also be mandated, with William possibly overseeing the selection of a suitable therapist. It's important to note that William is not vindictive or cruel in nature. However, he would establish clear boundaries and hold Harry accountable for his actions. Tantrums or attempts to manipulate would not be tolerated. As for Meghan, she would lose all her titles and be permanently distanced from the royal family. Once Charles passes away, William, as the reigning monarch, would ensure that Meghan is never allowed to enter their sphere again. His focus would be on protecting Harry from any further harm caused by Meghan's influence. It's crucial to remember that these speculations are based on personal opinions and assumptions. The future is unpredictable, and the actual course of events may differ from what we anticipate. Prince Charles's recent phone call to Meghan has been described as a final warning, signaling his frustration with her actions. According to sources, Charles expressed his concern for Harry's well-being and expressed his desire to see his grandkids. However, he made it clear that any further betrayal of the family would result in the permanent closure of any potential reconciliation. Charles emphasized that Meghan and Harry would need to publicly apologize, but even then, they could never regain their positions as senior working royals. The issue of trust is irreparably damaged. The royal family is cautious about allowing Meghan and Harry back into their lives, as it raises concerns about their propensity for quitting and engaging in interviews, podcasts, and book deals. The King, Charles, is facing a difficult situation and needs to handle it before passing the responsibility onto Prince William and Princess Catherine. There is an awareness of Harry's standing with the public and the royal family, and Charles must navigate the situation as any concerned father would. Although he worries about Harry's mental state, it does not mean he is willing to give in to all their demands. Meghan promised Harry a glamorous life in California, but the reality has turned out to be quite different. Financial burdens, including the costs of their extravagant mansion and legal battles, have become a source of worry for the couple. However, the royal family is unlikely to allow them to return. The trust between the two parties is shattered, and there is a sense that Harry and Meghan have gone too far to mend the relationship. The royal family is better off maintaining their distance and leaving the situation as it is. The future of Harry and Meghan in the U.S. is uncertain, and there are doubts about their acceptance among the upper echelons of society. Despite some misguided media coverage, there is a growing understanding of the toxic behavior displayed by the couple. Harry's return without Meghan would be challenging, and rebuilding a relationship with his family would be a complicated process. It is important for him to take responsibility for his actions and not expect to be welcomed back with open arms. As for the sleeping arrangements of King Charles and Queen Camilla, they have separate bedrooms, a setup that has benefited their marriage for centuries. Charles prefers sleeping alone due to back pain, while Camilla sometimes stays at her private home in Wiltshire. This arrangement provides them with their own space, allowing them to work together effectively. Charles values his sleep and needs a calm environment, while Camilla appreciates having her personal space. Recent observations of Charles and Camilla in Edinburgh revealed Charles appearing impatient with Camilla, urging her to hurry up. Body language experts noted his signs of impatience and fretting when turning back to see her. Despite occasional tensions, their deep love for each other and commitment to their marriage prevent any thoughts of divorce. Both time apart and a good night's sleep are essential for maintaining their relationship, given the weight of Charles's responsibilities. While Charles's call to Meghan and the dynamics within his marriage have sparked interest, it is important to acknowledge the wider context of the royal family and the challenges they face in navigating these complex situations.